Thank you for the opportunity to address you. I'm an alum. What some of you don't know about me is that I'm from a very small rural community in southern Indiana. I came down here about 50 years ago on a baseball scholarship. In my life, there are several things that have affected it, but nothing has impacted my life more than Central Florida College. Mel Carpenter, most of you know him, came up and recruited me. I was one of those kids that didn't understand academics at that point in my life, didn't understand what it meant to go ahead and get a college education, and had it not been for baseball, Lord only knows what I'd be doing. But I've gone on to complete my education here and build a large insurance agency, sold it several years ago, and have been retired in the community here for about 10 years. Rusty and Mr. Batzel, you guys know me. I can't speak to you with anything other than passion on this. The future of the kids that you're impacting, I hope you're realizing, Mr. President, I hope you're realizing. When you are going to turn these programs down, you're basically going to throw the lives of several, and over the period of years, hundreds of kids away. And I deplore you. If it's a matter of money, there's got to be a way. In a $40 million budget, there's got to be a way to hold on to this program. Rusty, Mr. Patzel, there's just got to be a way. So that's my opinion. I hope that you can understand where I'm coming from. I'm not coming up here to throw darts at anybody, but I'm also not one that gives up easily. And I don't know what I've got to do, who I've got to talk to, but whoever that's going to be is where I'm going to go with this, because I'm not giving up this program. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Reggie Harris.
Good afternoon. I don't normally voice too much opinion about stuff of this nature, but I'm passionate about basketball. I graduated from Sam Houston State University, but I'm from here. And in 1980, I had an opportunity to come to CF, but I didn't. I went to Valencia. They don't have a basketball team now either. But now, I mean, living in Ocala, this is Ocala's hometown team. I love that brand, and I try not to miss a game. And if I had to do it all over again, there's nowhere in the world I would go play basketball than CF, because just being around the atmosphere and just the games are unreal. And I got to mention Coach Ryan, because he's in the community. I knew Coach Ryan from the gym before I knew him from the basketball. And he was just so outgoing and open. And I see why kids would want to come from all over the world, because we got a lot of international players here, to play for him. He's one of those guys that look you straight in the eye and you can trust him. I mentor kids up in Reddick. Reddick is a very low-income, rough neighborhood. And there's been times this year I call Coach Ryan and I say, I got a couple kids I want to bring to the basketball game. And he'd always give me some tickets. And it lights them up, because they don't have a whole lot to look forward to in Reddick. You know, they got some high school games, but the atmosphere of college, this might as well be the Orlando Magic to some of them, because that's as close as some of them will ever get. Is a CC basketball game, well, not CC, but a CF basketball game. And they get all excited about it. And there's some of the bad kids, but they ask me when we going again. And that's special to me. And I'm sure I could take them other places, but they relate to this game. And, you know, I'm sorry, it's just an opinion, and I don't have a prejudice bone in my body, but it just behooves me that the programs that we're dropping are the programs that most minorities is in. I mean, baseball, I played baseball, I love baseball, but my kids don't want to go to the baseball game. And it almost makes you look at the baseball players and say, why are you so special and we're not? Some people won't mention it, but that's the reality of it. Why do you get to keep your team and you get to play and we don't? And there's some resentment there. It just don't seem fair sometimes. I know it costs a lot more money to clothe a baseball player than it does a basketball player. And so, I mean, that's where I stand. I'm just passionate about basketball in general. But I realize that this whole thing to me is bigger than just basketball. It's about Ocala. It's about ownership. It's about, this is somewhere that, this is a team that's perennially in the top 20 in the United States, as well as the girls volleyball team. And that's some good stuff. So I just pray that, you know, we do the right thing. Thank you.
Good job.
Mr. Russ Randall.
Thank you very much, President Henningsen, trustees, thank you for the opportunity to come speak. Russ Randall, I've lived in this community now 34 years, from Dunellen specifically. I have not been a student at CFCC, but I've attended many events, including the athletic events here over the years. I want to say thanks to you for your desire to always keep an account of your budget. What does that look like? What do we need to do to be correct in the way that we deal with the monies of that? So I bring great accolades to you for that. I would like to, however, today just share three things with you that I see perhaps from an outsider looking in. I am a candidate for the District 22 House of Representatives. And if I'm elected to that position, then this is certainly going to be a part of that. And so I'd just like to share a few thoughts with you today. And the first one is simply this right here. Think of the legacy of Central Florida. Think of the legacy that has been, at least in part, brought on by some of the athletic teams here. There has been, on more than one occasion, national notoriety that has been brought here to Ocala because of what your athletic programs have done. And so I would simply say to you, do not discount the value of those. That brings me to the second thought. I'd encourage you to take a second look at your balance sheet. Look at it perhaps even from a different angle. It's my understanding that you might perhaps realize a savings of some $600,000 by removing the basketball program. I understand that liability portion of your balance but could I ask you to take another look at the asset portion of your balance sheet? I wonder if you save $600,000, what do you actually lose by removing those programs? And I don't know that I can put a dollar value, don't know that you can put a dollar value on that, but I think it's worthy of just looking at again and saying, is that cost that we save worth what we might perhaps lose? Third thing, and very quickly here, is what's the longevity? It's interesting that we're meeting here in Founders Hall in the 1950s as they were individuals who I'm sure had grandiose ideas of what this college might look like. And I believe if they had a chance to look today and see those things, I believe that they'd be quite pleased with the growth and with the things that the CF has now done. I would simply say to you that that core group, that athletic program, will have great value in that. And I realize that those things are not simple. I realize they're not easy. But I would simply encourage you as you consider this decision, what is that long-term value? Will there be unintended consequences through doing this? And I'm not sure I know the answer to that, but I certainly hope that you will ponder that and consider it in a great way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Ms. Kimberly Wilkerson.
Good afternoon. I'm Kimberly Wilkerson, native of Ocala, Florida. 27 years with the Marion County School Board as a teacher and a coach at Vanguard High School, Westport High School, St. John Lutheran. My daughter is here on scholarship, on a dual scholarship for volleyball and for basketball. Her name is Essence Bill. When we got word that the athletics program was closing down, it was very disheartening for her to see her cry. Like, Mom, this is a school that I wanted to come to. This is a school that offered me a scholarship, and I love the coaches that are coming to me and saying that we have a spot for you educationally She turned down Berry University. She turned down Nova Southeastern University. She turned down Michigan University to come to College of Central Florida here, where she was born and reared. And for the athletic program to be let go of is very disheartening for me and many of the people that are here in support of the athletic program. I've coached over 10,000 girls in my lifetime here in Ocala. And I don't think the program should close down. I don't know all the ins and outs and the money situation. I'm not familiar with that, but I know how it has affected my household. And we're trying to find a solution where she can go to college after her first year here and having to be let go of. And she's in the midst of her basketball season right now, trying to juggle everything around what's gonna happen to her next year. And that's tough. And she's a standout here in Marion County, along with not just her, I'm not just tooting her home, but it's several. I mean, this is a pathway, this is a lifeline for our children here in Ocala. Some will never go outside of the state line. Some will never go outside of the county line. And Reggie, working with kids in Reddick, I taught at Oakcrest Elementary for 20 years, low income, low poverty. And for them to come to a basketball game is like heaven for them. For them to come to a volleyball game. The volleyball program coming to Howard Middle School to work with low income poverty girls on their off time. To give them a sparkle in their eyes so they can say, hey, I want to become a volleyball player just like you. That's a lot. You cannot miss out on that at all. And to encourage these kids and to have them go to the next level and say, hey, I can do it. My mom never went to college, but I can. Because they have someone to impact their lives. And that's what the athletic program here has done for our community. And for that to be snatched away from them, that's disheartening. So I hope that you'll reconsider, not just for the women, but for the men as well. The young lives right here in Ocala that need a way out so they can receive their education and become all they can be in life.
Thank you.